All right, guys, it's Miggy, MGTOW 101 in the house with two good other people. We've got, first of all, Mr. MGTOW Expat himself.
Hello.
Hang on.
Got a little echo.
Hang on. Thanks. First of all. And the next person that we have is Danish Monk, all the way from Denmark.
Hello, people.
Good to have you guys. So today I just want to share the story of Danish Monk, just to get his word out there, how and why and when he became not just a MGTOW but an actual monk, and what kind of benefits he's deriving from this lifestyle. And I also want to welcome my friend MGTOW Expat. He's got a second channel.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to give a shout out to all you guys to make sure to support MGTOW Expat in his endeavors on the new channel, because he suffered, I think you got two guideline strikes here on your older channel. So that's right. And you've pretty much hidden all your content so you don't get any more.
Yeah, no more ad revenue. It really sucks, man. It's kind of depressing right now, you know?
Exactly. I know what you mean. So that's, yeah. I think a lot of people went through this stuff, like a lot of main channels. So I've had two guideline strikes as well removed, which is a good thing. Yeah, make sure you guys turn off your audio on the actual YouTube videos.
Yeah, I was wondering where that's coming from. I only have one device.
It was my stereo system was turned on. I just turned it off.
That's right. I'll just have a quick hello to, we got Chris Cantu in the box. We got Bullets for Teeth. Yes. We've got I Am Hassan, Eddie Imperial. We've got Trayton Williams, Money Lover. We've got NYC Korean in the house. I remember seeing him before. Yep, there he is. We got the rocket launcher. We got Awa Shamkamkwa. I can't even say that. We got Tony Brewer. We got Xiaomi. Now, and I've got Michael as well. So, we got Loverman too. So, and we got so many more people. All right, guys. So, over to you, Danish Monk. Can you tell us how you actually found the community, and how did the whole MGTOW monk lifestyle began for you?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say, come on, Benjamin Christensen. De godt at se en anden dansker her, min ven. Det er ikke så tit, man ser dem, men vi skal stå sammen, min ven. That was just a little greeting to another Danish guy.
Nice. So we promote multiculturalism on on MGTOW.
Of course, we have to diversify. Ask the question, how I found MGTOW. I suppose the first time I experienced MGTOW was Stardust. I saw one of Stardust videos, and that set me thinking, because at that point I was having marital problems, plus trying to run a business, raise a daughter. My wife was an alcoholic. She was literally emptying the bank. Okay, I just say it like that. She was emptying the bank, but not just the personal bank. She was emptying the works bank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So everything came to a head where I said to her, you either stop drinking or you're out.
Yep.
And she didn't take the advice, so she went to a female lawyer behind my back, got me taken to court. She was awarded the house, the 2 cars, 55% of the business, and all the cash that was left in the business. So the only thing I could really do was just say goodbye to her. So I walked out with 2 plastic bags with my clothes in, and that was it. That was all I had. I slept in my office for, I think it was just over 3 months. I was sleeping in the office, working in the office. But I was thinking about MGTOW all the time. So I came back in. I found Howard Dare was the next I found. No, sorry, Angry MGTOW. And then I heard Howard Dare. And then I just swallowed the red pill. I totally swallowed the red pill, and when I finally understood after my 51 years of life what life was about. Really, what life was about, and it was manipulation all the way through from when you were born until they put you in a box and say goodbye.
Yep.
And I just come to the point where I said, I can't do this anymore. I just cannot do this anymore. So I just packed all my things and went to New Zealand for 6 months. Totally took a break and just away from everything.
Yep.
Came back totally fresh. Business was still running. Only I worked at the business for, I would say, 8-9 months solid. Built it up. Got 3 new guys put on the payroll.
Yep.
I'll admit the company went through a little bit of problems, okay? And I was working two separate jobs as well as working at the factory just to make the payroll because I did not want to fire those guys because I knew I'd totally lose my own self-respect if I fired them.
Yep.
So I actually had a brainwave and think to myself, how am I going to do this? How am I going to survive as a man? And I just had, it was like waking up one morning and thinking, wow, I'm a new person. Who am I? What am I? Where am I? And it's the only thing I can say, just watching the MGTOW channels from now, it has helped me so much. So much. It's just talking with the guys. I'm like I said, I'm 51, okay? But you guys are teaching me so much about life that I never knew. I never knew half of the things that I wish that I'd learned half of the things I know now 30 years ago because I would never have left the army. I would have stayed in the army for life.
Yep.
But like I said, I met my wife. Well, I met the horrible wife, got married, had a child. I was lucky enough that my wife was, well, she was an alcoholic. So I more or less raised my daughter alone from the age of 4.5. Yeah, about 4.5. Where I was taking her to school, going to work, picking her up after work, feeding her, putting her to bed, and I was going to work again at night. So this has been my life now for, what was it, 16 years, 17 years?
Yep.
Just chuffing along, just rolling along nice and slowly until the wheels fell off everything.
Yep.
Really, the wheels fell off everything. And like I said, I've been out traveling for a while and just seeing how things are put together. And now I know that MGTOW for me is the wrong choice. It's I've seen so much and so many women, so many men that I just cannot accept anymore. So I say to myself, no more. So I decided one day, this was lying in a hammock in the middle of Germany in a forest, only me. And I was just looking up at the stars and the trees and I'm thinking to myself, to make men's life better, my life better, how can I expand myself from here? And I thought to myself, I know exactly what I'll do. I'll go home and I'll start making my own videos my way. I'm still following the MGTOW path. Yes, we can all agree. I'm still following the MGTOW path, but I'm trying to move away from the original MGTOW, where I'm saying, yes, I'm giving out red pills or red seeds, as I call them, but I'm doing it in a way where I'm inviting people into my life. And they can see how I'm living, what I'm doing, how I'm doing this, what I'm doing to achieve the next step in my life.
Yep.
But it's like I said, in the last 3 months, where I've been traveling, it's been like an epiphany to see how much I've grown myself. Just from the person that was 1 year ago, just watching, listening, applying the rules of MGTOW to my life and seeing myself grow as a person, but not as a person as well. My economy grew. It's grown exponentially just because I applied the MGTOW rules to myself. Live frugal, live within your means, don't borrow money, and always put yourself first. And this, up to now, has worked for me. It's worked so well.
Exactly.
So well. And it's the kind of idea I'm trying to go with on my channel is, yes, I want people to come and listen. I'm not really interested in subsidizing money, anything like that. I can make my own way. I've got two hands. I can push a broom. I'll earn money. But on the other hand, I'll say, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to pay for anything. The only thing I ask is that you come to my channel with an open mind and go away thinking for yourself.
But
That's
right. It's Can I ask you a question? Sorry to interrupt. So, did you go monk because of your bad experience with your previous partner, or is it something that you have been perhaps thinking about it during your marriage to her, or it's something else? If you could define that, please, that'd be great.
Yeah, well, for me personally, I think this. I really think I started to accept the single life, as I call it. I accepted this in as far back as I can think, 2008, 2007. But I was married to my ex-wife in 1996, just after I came out of the army. So I was out of the army, straight married, straight into a house with a wife where I'm paying for everything. Full-time job, working. I don't know how many hours a week. Sometimes I don't even know myself how many hours I work, but working to support a family and a house that I was never in. I was working myself to the finger, my bones, and I was using the only time I was having a life, I was sleeping. And this was where it was getting dicey for me in like I said, in about 2008. If you remember, we had the big bank crash, the stock market crash in 2008.
Yep.
That was really what broke me. There was, we had a lot of problems in the business, and we fired 4 people. We were lucky to survive. And that was from myself working in a garage with $10 of used tools up to a factory where I'm employing 8 people.
Yep.
So it was either downsize or close. I chose downsize. I didn't even mind that I was working at a nightclub as a doorman on a Friday night. Plus, on the weekends, I was working as a parking attendant.
Yep.
All through the weekend, so it was like 7 days a week for, who knows, 8, 9 years. No rest. And like I said, after 2008 up to 2012, this was playing on my mind all the time. Life cannot be like this. It cannot. You can't survive this existence. It wasn't a life. It was a slave existence. But I actually, like I said, I was looking after my daughter. Okay, she was 7 7 years old, yes.
Okay.
2008.
Still a baby, yeah.
Yeah, she was my one and everything. And I'm not ashamed to say this, but I was such a low point. I sat in my office with my 9mm in my mouth.
Oh my God.
Wanting to say, really, I was that low.
Yep.
Really. And the only thing that kept me going was the picture in front of me of my little girl. Because after my ex was gone, all of our friends were gone. I had no one, really, no one at all. There was me and my daughter. I don't have relatives in England. I've never known my mother and father. My sisters. I grew up in an orphanage. Went to military school.
Yep.
Really learned everything I know from the military. They taught me how to be a man. They really taught me how to be a man and have respect for myself.
Yep.
But like I was saying there, when we went from each other, she took all the friends with her. She had all the money, the house, the cars. It got that bad. One day I was going shopping with my daughter, hand in hand, came out of the supermarket. We saw my wife's sister, okay? Automatically, my daughter ran over to her. Auntie. She gave her a hug, okay? Gave her a kiss.
Yep.
As she came over to me, she spit in my face and said, "You're an asshole." Oh, sorry.
Oh my God. Yeah.
This was somebody that I really thought that I could talk to. And there she was right in front of me, spitting in my face. And this really was the point where I went, no more. And I really was mad. I really was mad. But I had a daughter to think of. And like I said, that was the only rock that kept me from going totally crazy.
Exactly. The women, I mean, kids is something that makes you go on with your life, you know, because you got someone such as important as a child depending on you. And I mean, we all face difficult situations at one point or another in our lifetime. And it's, I think, the only thing that keeps some people from committing a suicide or, you know, doing something extreme to themselves, if they got someone or even something like an animal or a pet depending on them, you know what I mean? So that's really important. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, that's quite okay. That's quite okay. It's like I was saying, it's only one of a myriad of things that the woman did to me while we was together. It was not just the drinking. It was not just taking the money and emptying the bank accounts. It was not just, for example, taking 3 of her friends for a weekend to Copenhagen, all expenses paid.
Betrayal.
Yeah.
It was worse than betrayal, my friends. It was worse because she didn't only take our private money, she stole money from the firm. She really put me on the edge of bankruptcy. But still, when we went to court, the female judge and the female lawyer still awarded her the house, the cars, 55% of the business, and all the cash in the accounts. And me and my lawyer, we were astounded with all the evidence that we put before them, the child abuse, the drinking. I'll tell you now as well, she did drugs. She used to smoke hashish.
Yep.
I only found out about the hashish after we went from each other. One of her so-called friends accidentally told me about it. But even though I informed my lawyer about this, He said, it's nothing we can do. Nothing we can do. And like I said, it's a culmination of all the things rolled together that have happened in the last 20 years that have, it's just pushed me closer and closer and closer to the edge, where the only thing I can do is look down and see the abyss. That's the only thing. That was the only way out, was jump. And if I didn't jump and grab onto something, I'd still be in my office now with my pistol in my mouth, and my daughter would be homeless.
Exactly. You have to think, it's not just about you. You have to think how it's going to affect all the other people around you, especially your family, which is more or less your daughter now. That's the most important person in your life. And because, screw the ex-wife and her sister, they obviously, you obviously mean nothing to them, and vice versa. So your daughter is the only person that's actually keeping you going. And I mean, it obviously does get better as the time goes on, and you realize that you're doing everything you can for to support your child, as well as but then you have to think about yourself as well. You know what I mean? You can't just go on living supporting other people. So that's the critical part. You have to make yourself whole again, and make sure that you find a meaning in your life as well, just besides raising your daughter. So I think you starting your own MGTOW channel, or I should say Danish Monk channel, was a great move, because you can get your story out there to thousands, if not millions, of other men across the world and your message will resonate with them as well, and they'll see exactly what you're experiencing, and they can totally relate to your situation. And it's all that matters between someone, like you said, taking a gun and pointing it in their mouth and firing the shot, or saying, you know what, I can get over this. Life is great, no matter how hard things get. There's always someone who's worse off than you are in this world, and you have to realize that, and make sure not to. What I would like to refer to suicide as a permanent fix to a temporary problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I said, it's all not just one MGTOW channel, or this MGTOW channel, or this advice, or this person speaking. It was actually a culmination of all the MGTOW channels I was watching, commenting, following. It was just like a red pill overdose. And I totally understood how things were put together. Really, I understood it at 51 years old, how I understood it. Oh, yes. And it all came to me sitting in the middle of a forest, alone, contemplating what my next move was.
That's right. And I mean, look, eventually time heals most of the wounds. I mean, not everything, of course, but as you go on living and getting on with your life, it does become easier. That's the main thing. I mean, your wife was obviously the person who was very hard to get along with. And when you say that she was also breaking the law, like stealing money from not only your family, but also from your company, then that's a no-go. All that kind of stuff, that'll eventually come to the surface, and it always comes back to bite people. So I think you did the right thing. And I mean, obviously you were the one who initiated the divorce.
Oh, yes. I had to do. I simply had to do it. Yep. Not just for my peace of mind, but for my daughter. I really had to put my daughter first and put the abuse behind us. And as soon as we put my wife outside the door and closed the door, the first thing my daughter did was start crying and say, "Daddy, I love you." That broke me.
Yep.
Really, that one got me. And that was where I knew that I had to do something, really. And she turned my life around, really turned it around. And now I see the happy side in everything. I try to put I try to put the smile in everything, have a laugh, make some jokes. I've got it in me now that I try to make one person smile a day. If I can make one person smile a day, I'm happy. Really.
Exactly right. Exactly right. It's all about being, in a positive mind frame. And when you give something back to other people, it makes you feel even better in that sense. So I totally agree with you there. And I mean, did you want to expand on anything else, or can I ask you some questions?
You can ask any questions. Honestly, I will hide nothing.
Yep.
Nothing at all.
Okay. I find the whole MGTOW Monk experience fascinating because obviously there is a lot of benefits to going Monk, especially when it comes to work and productivity. I find that if I am engaging, especially before I even found MGTOW, I was engaging in all sorts of dating, short-term dating, long-term relationships. And I find that it absolutely is detrimental to your work performance. You're obviously going to be spending a lot of time and money going out and spending time with women, whether it's going on dates or especially if you move in with another woman, then that means you're going to have to spend a good portion of your day or evening entertaining her and making sure that she's happy. So what would your advice be, for example, and I mean, like with when a person goes Monk, I mean, you're in your 50s, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Yep. So would you recommend, for example, someone who is in their early teenage years or early 20s and they've discovered MGTOW, but they're thinking whether they should still engage in some type of dating, whether it's short-term or long-term, or whether they should just go completely Monk? What would your advice to those types of boys out there? I would like to hear your perspective on this.
Well, for me personally, here in Denmark, the people that work for me, okay, all the guys that work for me are red-pilled. I've personally red-pilled everybody in the factory. Yep. Plus, I think it's up to now about 18 people that I've red-pilled personally here in Denmark, just straight red-pilled, okay? And I say to them the first thing, okay?
Yep.
If you want to be happy, put your own self-worth first. Because if you can't love yourself, how can you care for anyone else?
Yep.
This is an important message for me because I learned this the hard way. And it's not to harp on the subject, but Norse Gamer knows what I mean when I say this. But growing up without parents, it will force you to be more independent when you know you have nobody to turn to.
Yep.
Nobody. So you force yourself to grow a hard shell, as I say. You show no emotions, none at all. My ex-wife used to call me a robot because I always had a hard time crying, showing emotions, smiling, for example. This it's a hard way to learn it, but this was ingrained in me since I was a child. So I never really had the social interactions that other children had.
Yep.
But, I was more or less forced into that situation of not by my own will, but I did my best to survive. But it was only when I came 15, 16 and started to explore myself and grow as a man and see that what I wanted. And it was the army. I chose the army because I knew this would give me a future, it would give me pay, and it would give me job security. So I chose the military. For 15 years I served in the military. I had a good rank. I got a good pension when I left the military, so I wasn't really worried about establishing myself when it came out. So I was 30 years old. I had a good military pension, would last me the rest of my year, but it just wasn't enough. So I went traveling, met a woman, and it was the worst thing I ever did. It went down the hill.
How old were you?
For me to go and give another person, another young guy, advice on MGTOW life, I will advise him, but I won't advise him as to what he should do or how he should do it. I'll start with, how do you feel about your life? How does it go? How is it going? Do you enjoy getting up in the morning? And the most answers I've received up to now is no. They hate their lives.
Yep.
And that's where I'll go in and say to these young guys, right now I'm just starting to red pill another guy. He's only 21, I think he was. But he is so cocked right now. And I can see he's in pain. He really needs help.
Yep.
So the advice that I am giving to him right now is take a step back and evaluate your life. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Do you want to be in the same situation, living with a woman, paying for everything, where she's sitting on a sofa, eating chips and growing sideways? Or would you rather, if you have to, have a girlfriend, but you live separately and you have everything separate, but you can meet? And this is the advice that I give to people. If you have to, if you really have to, put yourself first and always, always protect yourself.
Yep. Exactly. I mean, if you don't put yourself first, then other people will never respect you. You have to love yourself. You have to respect yourself, because if you don't do it, nobody else will do it for you in that sense. I mean, your parents might always think of you in a good way, for those of us who are fortunate enough to be raised by mom and dad. But at the end of the day, you're solely responsible for your own true happiness, and looking after yourself and making sure that you not only eat right, but you exercise and live a positive type of lifestyle. So yeah, no, it's very interesting, because I think that a lot of MGTOWs out there are considering going full monk mode, and that's a great thing to do if you want to concentrate on yourself, on your career, on just making yourself as a better person, because that means you've got all the time in the world to do it. Because when you're engaging in dating and relationships, then you're going to sacrifice a lot of your time and putting effort into managing that relationship. So it just really depends at what stage of your life you're at. And I mean, younger guys, obviously, they have a lot more sort of sexual urges out there. They have a lot more testosterone when they're younger. So that way, I mean, some guys are just watching, I don't recommend it, but a lot of younger guys are watching porn every day nonstop, especially in their teenage years. And because they have to somehow channel that extra sexual energy into something. And a lot of, I mean, there are techniques out there that people can use to channel that sexual energy to better use, to improve your gym workouts, or, just becoming more physically aggressive in the gym, or going for a run. It really depends. I mean, I'm not an expert in this field, so I can't really say too much about it. But I can see why a lot of men after the age of 35, they go full monk mode, because let's face it, after 35, our interest in women is under control. So we are less likely to make silly mistakes when it comes to getting married with a woman that's just sleeping with us. So we're going to think it over whether it's worth the sacrifice to actually get into a relationship with a woman just because we want to have sex with her on a regular basis. So
of course,
of
course, but you have to remember that just because people say they're a monk, okay?
Yeah.
To me, being a MGTOW monk is concentrating on me, my welfare, and the people around me that I trust.
Yep.
This is one of the things that were driven into me in the military. Okay, look after myself and look after my team.
Yep.
If my team is good, I'm good. And this is how. This is really how I wish MGTOW would go. And I know all MGTOW channels are they're different. Okay, all men are different. Not all men can like all MGTOW channels, and not all MGTOW channels will make the same content that accepts all kinds of people's opinion.
Yep.
Some people are just funny. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, there are a lot of serious channels out there that are catered towards MGTOW, and I respect that. There's a lot of guys just picking up the camera and going on a rant about the red pill rage and expressing their not only concern but their hatred for the current system, the gynocentrism, and the way men are essentially discarded in our society in the West. But I was originally inspired by Sandman's channel to start my own channel. And initially, I was actually even copying his style of videos, where I would just, have a bunch of different photos lined up, and I would just narrate a script. And then I thought, you know what, I might actually. I've watched some other channels where they specifically include memes and humor and music and all these different videos in there. And that's what made me interested in, taking that turn. So that's why I decided to transform my channel and make it more of a MGTOW humor channel, where not only I show people the red pill knowledge and the way of MGTOWs, but at the same time I can make them laugh and almost disarm those people that criticize MGTOW or criticize men in general. So I think that's what has personally worked for my channel, just by looking at the subscriber count and all the views that I received over the last year and a half. So if other guys want to jump on the same bandwagon as me, then definitely go for it. I mean, that's what's been working for me. But at the same time, not a lot of people have all the time in the world to invest into making videos. That's why we rely on a lot of your support out there, guys, to make sure that we can continue creating these videos on a daily basis, because sometimes an average video can take up to 3 or 4 hours, if not longer, depending how much mucking around you want to do with it. So, yeah. But other times it's just, picking up your phone. Obviously, like you do yourself, Danish Monk, you pick up the phone and start talking to your camera and telling your story.
Yeah. Oh yes, no scripts, no single line I'm trying to follow. It's really whatever the thoughts coming to my head. I try to get out there. Sometimes I'll admit myself. Sometimes I get mixed up in the things I'm trying to say, but because there are so many things I wish to say, really, it's just in my head. It's just like an endless stream of words I wish to pass on. So much information, so much, but there's just not enough time for me to tell everyone everything I wish to say. That is why I'm making videos. Besides, I'm making live streams, because I just want people to know how energized I am for making MGTOW be something instead of the same thing it's been running in 3-4 years now. It's everybody's making videos, yes, everybody's giving good messages, but it's always the same message. It's not going anywhere. We're attracting men, but we really need to expand the MGTOW universe.
That's right.
And if we could, for example, if we could get 1,000 MGTOWs making little videos, just instructional videos, if you wish to make a wooden bow or a knife, or you wish to make a salad, learn how to make a tie, learn how to iron a shirt. These are the kind of videos that we should be making and dropping red seeds with them.
Exactly. That's actually a very good point, because there's hardly any videos where we actually talk about how to be a better man, how to be that guy with the skills. You know, I reckon that'd be a great channel out there for you guys listening. Basically, if you want to have a more popular channel as well, create some type of a channel where you teach boys how to fix a leaking sink, or, you know, how to do change your car oil, or how to change even a light bulb. I don't know, just something that's useful around the house, something that can ultimately make you the man that you need to be, in that sense. Because let's face it, it's women call plumbers, women call all these different electricians to come in and do the oddest of jobs. But if you can do it yourself, then that's what makes you the man. It doesn't, just because you got a pair of balls doesn't make you a man. Okay, there's a lot more things that goes with that title.
You only have to look out in the streets and see the man buns out there to see that most men do not know how to look after themselves.
Exactly. So
even here in Denmark, okay, where you think that people will be normal, it's no, really no. If I showed you the people that are walking around here, you cannot see the difference between the young. Okay, the guys look exactly like the girls, exactly. The hair, the clothes, the makeup.
Yep.
But and this is one of the key things, the key points I keep coming back to. All the single mothers in the world cannot teach a boy how to be a man. They really can't.
Exactly.
And it's not only failing the system, but it's failing the future children, because they will never learn how to provide for themselves, to make things. If you notice yourself, around the world, I've noticed this. In schools, we have trade schools closing down, woodwork shops, metal workshops, classes where it was mainly boys, but these are being closed down all over the world. Even Denmark now, they are closing the metal shop for the boys because they don't have the money to keep it going.
Exactly.
And this is one of the major problems that I see coming, where we have not just one generation, but 2 or 3 generations that don't even know how to grow their own food. Yeah,
that's right. I remember seeing Jamie Oliver, I think was a documentation program where they had a bunch of young kids on the show. I think it was in UK somewhere, and I think most of them couldn't even identify where the food came from. So that's just the new generation of kids that they can use an iPhone and an iPad very well, but they have no idea about the actual real world out there. They've got no idea how to light a fire in the bush, in the forest. They have no idea how to, get pure, clean water, or how to purify water. They have no idea where their food comes from. They have no idea how to cook. All they know is how to go to McDonald's, or then all they know is how to turn on the television and play with the iPhone and watch Logan Paul and all the other dickheads out there. So it's pretty sad.
Well, is it okay if I mention a link?
Yeah, of course. Go for it.
It was to an old channel of mine that is no longer viable. So I can tell you a link that I would like to everybody to go in and see. You may not understand it, but it's a video of me and my friends. Okay, the guys my personal friends that I hang around with. I've taught these young guys everything. Okay, basically from lighting fires, how to dress themselves, how to be men. Okay, and this group of guys are the best guys I have ever met. Okay.
Yep.
Yes, it is in Danish, Tony, but you will get the gist of the video. The video is in per YouTube. It's just called Captain Sleazy. Captainsleazy.
Yep.
It's just a 3 or 4 minute video, and if you could show this, I would appreciate it, because it would give an insight into my life.
Yep.
Into my private life.
Can you are you on the chat as well?
Yes, I can find it.
Can you please post in the chat, so that way we can all share it there? Yeah. All right, we got 126 people watching. Make sure you guys smash the like button just to give the notification that this is a great podcast with Danish Monk, MGTOW Expat, and myself. And we are going to just post a link from Danish Monk in the chat, so you guys can check it out. And
sorry, I can't follow in the chat box. I have a terrible Wi-Fi, so I have to use my cell phone data for the call. But
okay.
I would have to use a different device for the chat, so I can't see what people are saying. So
that's okay.
I've been trying to, but yeah.
Listen, MGTOW Expat, let's use this time to give you a shout out. So let people know what's been happening on your side of things with your first and second channel.
Yeah. So my plan right now is I have one backup channel. But
okay, guys, I'll just I'll just drop the link in the chat.
Yep. Nice. Hang on. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Did it go through? Can you see it?
Yeah.
I'm totally out of the chat box, unfortunately.
Okay. Hang on. Can you email it to me, Danish Monk, and I'll make sure to post it as well? Yep.
Yeah. 2 seconds. I'll drop it in my mail now.
Yep. All right. So go on, MGTOW Expat.
Yeah, so I am planning on bringing back the original channel in case, because there is a lot of people that have no idea, because there was 4,000 subscribers and now I'm like at 100, and so I know there's a lot of people out there that have no idea what happened still, and that still have got no word of it. So it's good for me to get the word out here, because you have a big platform, and
yep.
So yeah, I'm flying under the radar now on this backup channel.
Oh, yep.
It's like I don't want to swear. I don't want to talk about anything controversial. It's like I feel like I've had my balls cut off, and so I'm thinking about maybe just taking the next 3 months to work on my ebooks, which I've been thinking about, which I was working on, and I stopped when I started making videos again in August, and it blew up at that time. So I put the book on the back burner. So now I might take this time to go back to working on my ebooks, and I don't know. I'm still just adapting to this attack and trying to figure out what my next moves are. But I'm still on MGTOW Expat 2, and it's like so far it's really tame stuff, and I know that, and I don't like not talking about controversial stuff or not being honest and not swearing. I don't like it, but that's what I'm doing now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds great. Exactly. I mean, we get all. Sorry, I've just posted the link again, and one more time for Danish Monk. If this works for me. I hate this chat. It's really ridiculous. Anyway, guys, go to that link that I've just posted in the chat. That's from Danish Monk. Check it out. Yeah, look, MGTOW Expat, when you're on YouTube, you have to deal with all sorts of drama and strikes and community guideline strikes, copyright strikes, trolls. That just goes with it. So you just have to have a thick skin and take it one day at a time, and just make sure to get on with the show, which is for you creating videos and running the show. You know.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, definitely, guys, check out MGTOW Expat 2, I believe, is the channel called. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yep.
MGTOW Expat 2. Make sure you guys check out his second channel and subscribe, because you're going to be posting there for the next 2.5 months.
Yeah. Well, no, because I got my third strike came on the 19th of this month, so probably April 19th until April 19th. Yeah.
You mean your entire channel is gone, the first one?
No, my second strike was on January 19th, so we still got about almost 3 months now. It's a little bit over 2.5 months. So yeah, right now it's still only 2 strikes, but I'm not even going to post anything for the next posting anything on there for the next 3 months, because if I get one more strike, it's all gone. So
yeah, exactly. Just hide your channel and then that's write it out, so it should be fine. All right, so we just got a comment. Loverman, MGTOW 101. I'll be heading to BKK soon. There's a beer with you and Chris's name on it, bro. Thanks, buddy. That'll be great. And coming back to Danish Monk. So sorry, where did we stop?
the link.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let's. Is there anything else you wanted to discuss?
Oh yes, I remember now. I remember. I was talking about giving information to the younger guys. The way I try and approach it is instead of a full frontal attack, I try and go a little softer and ask them how things are going. Invite them around to my place to hear some music, get a cup of coffee, just sit and chat. And generally, I find out that this approach works a lot easier. Where if you've seen a few of my videos, I've got a little bit of land where me and the guys go out and we have a bonfire. Just sit out around the fire, looking at the stars and just shooting the crap and talking about everything. And over the last 2 years, the group is starting to get bigger now. Originally, we were 4. Now we are, I think we're 9 men that meet up every week now. Just meet up and have a little barbecue. The guys drink a beer. I don't drink beer because I'm past that now, but they drink a beer, have a chat, and if the guys want to sleep over, there's shelter by the fire, or they can sleep in the house. And it's just like in the olden days where you had a private men's club, where there were only men, and there were it was just a free and easy atmosphere. And I have found out that young guys respond more to this kind of approach, and it works so effectively because you invite them as a single person, not a single person, but a young guy who's on his own, doesn't know anybody, but invite him in, make him welcome, like everybody does here. Invite him in, sit him down, just give him a talk to, and just let him enjoy the afternoon, and let him see how free it is to be a MGTOW. Where you decide, where you have nobody to report to.
Exactly. It's sorry, go on.
Yeah. But it's like I was saying, this was more like ingrained in me from the military that I treat everybody like a member of my crew. If they are okay, I'm okay. But if I'm not okay, I'd like to know that somebody's out there standing, waiting to say, good on your buddy. And with MGTOW, the only thing I have to do is open my browser, and there's 10 people waiting, just sitting there, ready to talk. And this is the most comforting thing for the young guys to come in, and they know that there are people waiting to just listen and talk. Give them a few words of advice.
Exactly. It's you have to look after your own. You know what I mean? It's I find it interesting when people. This is sort of a little bit related when you're talking about things like different nationalities, how people sometimes call each other racist or whatever. It's like a good question to ask someone who is accusing you of being racist is to say, so which children matter to you the most? Your own or somebody else's? And that's a good way to solve that kind of argument, because most people will say, my own. That's your own flesh and blood. So
Exactly.
That's the way it is.
Exactly. Well, don't get me wrong. I've had people call me racist. And really, even though I changed my name to MGTOW, Danish MGTOW, I had people call me a racist. And the only answer I had for them, you cannot call me a racist. It's impossible to call me a racist. But why is that? Because I hate everybody with equal contempt. So how can I be a singular racist where I hate one group of people when everybody is hated?
Exactly.
And I've actually found out that shuts down their argument straight away.
I love that. I've heard I've heard that one being mentioned to me before as well. It's like, I hate everybody with the same passion.
Yeah, exactly. And really, this is the answer I give when I meet negativity. If you don't like me, why are you standing here arguing with me? Go away and enjoy your little life.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's the same when I meet a feminist, okay? Really, and there are lots of feminists here in Denmark, but when I meet a feminist, my favorite thing to do is rile them up. Get them into an argument, and just as they're going to insult you, you smile at them, turn around and walk away.
Really, cut them off.
Yep, you wreck them as bad as they wish to wreck you, but before they get a chance, just bye-bye, enjoy yourself and walk away.
Exactly. Nice. I think it's when you withdraw your attention or an energy from another person or some type of an argument, you show them that you're a bigger man and you walk away because you got better things to do with your life. And that's the biggest insult that you can give to someone is not even address them or give them that satisfaction of screaming at you. It's like I remember an encounter. There was a person driving in the car, and they were just really, really angry, and they tried to cut me off and started swearing at me, and going, yeah, you're blah, blah, blah. And I just go, look, there's no reason to speak to me in this manner. So if you had a bad day, then deal with it. And they're just like, what? Because they expect you to be cursing at them and screaming at them as well. So if you actually undermine them and just come out with a nice low voice tone, most of them will be shocked because they didn't expect you to deal with it in a civil manner.
Of course. And this is also another problem for me because before I started making content, I was only a commenter. I followed a lot of channels. I commented on so many channels. But people were accusing me of, oh, you're an idiot. But I don't think I'm an idiot. I'm more like a selective commentator. Whereas if I find a comment funny, I'll add to it. And this is one of the things that really annoys a lot of people with me, because to say I am really sarcastic. I always have been, but since going MGTOW, the sarcasm is like Darth Vader. It just takes over, and I can't stop it. And sometimes you just think to yourself, Danish, shut your mouth and go home. Like a normal man, what do? You just stand there.
Exactly. No, that's very interesting.
But it's like you were saying. It's if you tackle the situation right, there's no need for shouting. There's no need for screaming, swearing, or big arm waving or big movement. It just takes over another dynamic when you interact them with a nice, calm, soothing voice.
Exactly. Exactly. No, that's a great way to do it. So, what else? I'm pretty much. Luke, did you want to add anything in MGTOW Expat?
No, not that I can think of. About these people, I think that what I was thinking though is that in my experience, they feed a lot of them feed on negative energy, and they're trying to It's like they have a disease and they're trying to infect you with their negativity. And a lot of times I listen to Mark Twain's quote when he said, "Never argue with stupid people because they'll drag you down to their level and then beat you with experience." And
exactly.
I agree with the do not engage. Most times I don't, especially with trolls. You know, they're
Can I just interject 1 second?
Yep.
Guys, the video that you were watching, that we put the link out to, don't subscribe to that channel because that is a dead channel. I don't use it anymore. So if you wish to see anything from me, you will have to subscribe to Danish Monk.
Yep. Guys,
sorry, I just remembered to say that.
What I'll do is I'll post your link to your channel. Just a moment. I'll post the link to a video in your channel. So
thank you.
That way, all the guys, Danish Monk. So I'll just post that in the box. Guys, make sure you subscribe to Danish Monk. So that way, he's a fellow.
I'm doing it right after.
Yep.
I'm going right after. I'll subscribe right after this because I can't access the internet right now.
Are you on the phone?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Right after this.
Okay, sounds good. And coming back to you, Migtail Expat, are you living a monk type of lifestyle in Cambodia yourself, or you're sort of? Yep.
Basically, I've basically been focusing on myself. It's a lot of it is because of financial reasons. I live very tight budget, and it's even now I'm back to the budget I was on before because the channel blowing up helped me a little bit financially, where I got a little bit more nice things, but now I'm back to really serious budget. And so budget has a lot to do with that because women cost money, and so that's one reason. But it's also because I want to. I could go with bar girls once in a while if I wanted to, but I don't really like drinking anymore, and I don't like bar girls. That it's not that fun for me anymore, and I got sick of the game, the manipulations, and the game playing of dating, and it's not rewarding, and I don't think that there's going to be any. I don't think it can work with any woman anywhere in the world, so it's like a waste of time. Unless I know I'm getting laid after, and but it always costs. There's always a cost. So mostly living a monk lifestyle. A lot of it is because of financial reasons, but mostly because a lot of it is also because I want to work on myself and what's really important in life. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, guys, let's take some questions from the chat. Just if you guys have any questions for us for Danish Monk or Migtail Expat, can you please put them in the chat box and we'll address them for the next, say, 15 to 20 minutes. All right.
Cool.
So let's have a look. What happened to Tony Brewer? He got hidden. Oh yeah, actually, I'm looking at Bitcoin. That's bouncing up at the moment again because I think they either canceled some contract or renewed some contract. So that's good. Ethereum is 1,500 Australian, so that's great. So for all you guys that are into crypto, I think it's going to be going up again. But for anyone asking me about the fucking, sorry, I swore in my own chat that I said I'm not swearing. For anyone asking me about the freaking red pill coin from Angry Migtail, I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. It was proposed to me to promote it. I looked at it. I said, no, this is not for me. I'm not interested. And that's the end of it. So I've got nothing to do with BitConnect. Yeah, I signed up for it. And lucky for me, I did not invest any money into it. So that's another thing. I can't control what people... I've never promoted BitConnect on this channel anyway. So for anyone who is even trying to dare to criticize me about BitConnect and all that stuff, all that stuff. I've never promoted on my channel exactly. So I only promoted Bitcoin videos from the news, from the mainstream news. That's it. So anyone that wanted to know about that, I've just told you.
I'd just like to say, MGTOW Gaming, you were asking what corps regiment I was with. I was with number 2 Parachute Regiment, Pathfinder Regiment.
Oh, wow. Nice. Nice. Cool. That's the army. MGTOW Expat, you've been in the army as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I was in a few, well, 2 different things. I was in artillery first. That was just for the National Guard. But when I went on active duty, they gave me one option. They said, take this job or you're not getting in the army. And it was a logistics job for transportation. You know, I was trying to take whatever was the most paying, but they gave me one option only, or hit the road. So I took this transportation logistics job when I was on active duty. Yeah.
Oh, okay, nice.
Nothing exciting. I mean, there were some exciting experiences, but it's not shooting at anybody.
Look, I think the army has benefits that it can turn boys into men. It's some things, but if you're in a country that's actively involved in combat all the time, especially in dangerous regions, then that can be a bit of a problem. So, yeah.
I'd just like to say, Michael, you were asking a paratrooper. Yes, I was a paratrooper, but I also did one stint with the SBS.
Nice. Okay, what else we got here? Hi guys, I wish to, it's for you, I think, Danish Monk. Hi guys, I wish to know more about your marriage, Danish Monk. Why did you get together in the first place, and when did you start to see the red flags? That's from Seth.
Seth, I can say, I've already said, I met my wife, well, my ex-wife in 1996. I was on holiday in Denmark for a week, and I just thought, I'll just go and see what Denmark's like. Never been here before. Of course, went into the nearest bar, had a few beers, and came out with a woman on my arm, absolutely drunk off my head.
Oh, shit.
And it went downhill from there.
Yep.
But to say it went downhill, the only thing I'm thankful for out of the life that I've had in Denmark is my daughter. Everything else I could do without. I can make it again, get it again myself. But my daughter, that was my biggest prize.
Yep. That's the thing. I mean, the children are the most valuable, not commodity, but that's the most important part in this life. I mean, you brought them into this world. It's your responsibility to make sure that they grow up to be happy, healthy, and live the best type of lifestyle. But I mean, it's not always the case, because kids quite often don't listen to our advice. I mean, I'm not a dad, but yeah, it can be challenging, especially in the modern age right now. So that's the way it is. All right, any more questions, guys? Come on, we're gonna do another 10 minutes worth of questions from you in the chat. They're a bit slow in the questions today. I think they're intimidated by the monk lifestyle.
Thomas, you're asking a question. What could we do over what we are doing now, from the passive-aggressive phase, more active? Do not bother women for dinner. Do not pay them. Do not help them. What else do you propose? This is what I was talking about, Thomas, is at all the MGTOWs, I'm really meaning all the MGTOWs, every MGTOW out there, try and find something that makes you happy to jump out of bed in the morning and scream, yes, I'm doing this today and I'm earning money at it. And as soon as you find this kind of passion where it makes you jump out of bed in the morning, you know you're onto a winner, and it's going to make you money, and it will lead to your independence. Independence gives freedom. Freedom gives happiness.
Exactly.
It's all linked together, people. If you can't achieve, if you can't achieve happiness in one thing in your life, that's quite okay, as long as you have a side passion where you can distract yourself from the everyday. This is why I surround myself with music. Music has always been here for me. Through the lonely times, the bad times, the horrible times, music's always been here. When I've been let down by people, I knew I could always turn on my stereo and hear music. This is why I'm trying to make my channel go in more like a musical channel where I'm introducing new equipment, new music, records, tapes, everything, but drawing people in anyway to see how I'm doing this and why I'm doing this, and showing a new way to teach on.
Exactly. I think you're absolutely right. For most people out there that are working a dead-end job that they don't like with the boss that they hate, it's always going to be that miserable existence because you don't derive pleasure from what you're doing on a daily basis, and your full-time job ends up taking so much of your time. They become like your family because you end up going there Monday to Friday, sometimes even more. Some guys work 70 hours per week. So if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're always going to be miserable. It's when I started this channel before the whole demonetization happened with YouTube Apocalypse, you could make a fair bit of money just from your YouTube videos. So you didn't even need to rely on Patreon or anything else. And yes, I was literally staying up all night and day, and I would go to my day job, work there from 8:30 till 5 o'clock, come home, have some dinner, and basically, no, I didn't even have dinner. I immediately jumped on my computer, started doing the video, finished the video in about 3 to 4 hours, then have some do a workout at the gym, and then have some dinner and go to bed. But quite oftentimes when I struggle with copyright issues, because when I'm mirroring other videos, I have to deal with copyright. So as a way to avoid it, you have to basically edit your video from start to finish. And in Australia, it's a very slow internet compared to what the rest of the world has out there. So sometimes I would be up all night just editing, uploading, then re-uploading again. And it was a pretty daunting experience. But because I was driven financially, it's what made me go at it and upload daily on a daily basis. And that's, I think, the reason why my channel was growing so quickly, because people were expecting to see daily videos from myself. And I was making good money as well. And then, yeah, that's what ultimately was driving me. I could not wait to get up in the morning to see what people have written in the comments of my videos, to see how my channel is growing. So I felt genuinely that I found something that I was passionate about. So that's why I recommend to a lot of guys out there to experience this for themselves. Start doing something that you're truly passionate about. It might take, it took me about 4 to 5 months before I started noticing any real revenue. And because I was getting paid from YouTube for the first few months, probably about $200, $300 a month. And then afterwards, it just started snowballing. I was, on a good month, I was making about $7,000. So that's a pretty good income when you consider where you're uploading videos and doing what you love. But then, of course, YouTube Apocalypse happened when all the advertisers decided to pull money from YouTube, and that was the real tragedy, because suddenly I was making something like $100 a month back to it again when I had a really, really large channel. So that's how it is, unfortunately, in the real world. But you got to do what you got to do. So now things are improving a little bit again, but we'll see how YouTube goes in the future. And I mean, I would love to have more of my content across different platforms like Steemit and DTube, so to make sure that we can get revenue from other sources.
Yes, I totally understand. With today's climate, it's virtually impossible to survive without an income, unless you're going to live in a cave. So either way, you have to supply yourself. And it's either working or you're going to go on social welfare. And this is the choice. Do you want to be a man, work and supply for yourself, or a simp
Mm.
And I chose from a very, very early age, I don't want to be a simp. I want to be this person that makes my way. And when I want to travel, I just go. Don't have to ask permission. Don't have to borrow money. You just go. And if we could pass along this kind of mentality to all men, then we win.
Exactly. It's I can't express how great one can feel when all you need is your laptop and a Wi-Fi connection. You can travel the world and doing what you love. You know, it's for me, it's uploading MGTOW videos and running my website, which is migtow101.com. And the way to make income online is obviously through affiliated marketing. That's another great way to have that passive income, whether you're selling, for example, it can be anything from sex dolls to selling VPN connections to selling supplements, or pretty much anything like that. Like I even tried selling a bit of VIAGRA and CIALIS online just to see how it goes. Like, I mean, it's just the affiliate. I don't even have those things. It's using somebody else's code where you put it in, and when people order it online, you can get a kickback from it. It's not much. It's like maybe 5 to 10%. But if a lot of people are buying it, then you're set. So I think that's also a way of MGTOW to be able to create your own passive income, where you don't rely on the man, another boss, another company, another corporate, which is owned by feminists. Because I can guarantee you right now, if you go to your board of directors or you go to your manager or your boss at your company, you ask them, do you support feminism or are you against it? They will say, we are for feminism and gender equality, all that kind of stuff. So you are essentially working for these people that they're not looking out for your best interest. And tomorrow you can be easily sacked and replaced by somebody else. I mean, YouTube is not a stable platform as well. I thought that my channel was going to be closed down within the last couple of weeks because of the strikes. But things happen, you know what I mean? It's that's why you need to have some kind of other income sources, such as affiliated marketing. And the sad thing is, a lot of guys out there, even in the MGTOW community, they don't realize that why we are trying to sell these things online. They think that these videos that, for example, I create or Chris creates or MGTOW Expat or Sandman, all the other guys are creating, that they should come for free. It's absolute rubbish. You know what I mean? Yeah. We are investing so much time and energy into this. We are expected to be paid. Okay, if I was just, yeah, that's right. I mean, everyone wants to be valued. But if that's it. You know what I mean? So that's why we put in so much time and effort, and we are trying to go out of our way. I'm not charging any money for you guys to watch my videos. I just say you can sign up for my Patreon account, or you can send me a donation. It's completely voluntary. It's not a mandatory thing to do. I don't hide my videos behind a Patreon account. But that's why, if you want to keep watching my videos for free, that's why I need to get into affiliated marketing and buying stuff like Bitcoin and Ethereum to make sure that I have some kind of income going through. So, but at the same time, I don't promote crypto on my channel. I never have, never will. I just want to give people knowledge. And the reason why I was uploading Bitcoin videos on my channel is because obviously I want to get more views and I want to get more ad revenue from YouTube for posting videos. So that's the thing. Did you guys want to add something?
Yeah, I don't understand these people. We got a little echo out here.
That's okay.
I don't understand these people that think you should not make money from your work on YouTube or any platform. It's work. It's value. Especially if you get a lot of views and a lot of interest, you know it's value. That's proof. But I think they're thinking small. These guys that persecute. This is how this business goes. I mean, if you just watch anybody who's great at it, like Alex Jones or Stefan Molyneux or Milo Yiannopoulos or any big MGTOW channel, they make money. I don't understand this silly, childish argument that we shouldn't be allowed to make money for our work. And I think they're thinking small because it's also a way to expand and get bigger and better. The more resources you have coming in, the better you can get, and the more things you can do. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, look, we got large MGTOW channels like TFM promoting sex toys for women, vibrators for women, vaginal plugs, buttholes, all that kind of. I mean, men have no use for this stuff, and I don't criticize him. But when I try and have affiliate links for Viagra or Cialis that men, even MGTOW men, can use, yeah, you know what I mean?
It's great. It's a great product.
Exactly. All the men who are in their 60s, 50s, or 70s sometimes need a little bit of extra oomph, you know, in the bedroom. If they're MGTOW, sometimes they want to have a good time, go out and see a freelance worker. Okay. What if they want to get some Viagra or whatever? Then it's every right for them to do it. So as far as I know, Viagra is legal. You can get a prescription from your doctor, and then you can order it online completely legally. So I don't see the problem with that.
I'm not giving up on sex for life. I don't want to spend much time and energy on trying to get sex, but I'm not. If I have an easy opportunity to have sex, I will take it. And but I don't really do that very much. But so I'm not saying all MGTOW have to be monks, you know. And I think Viagra is great. I love the product.
Exactly.
I mean, it's definitely more useful than sex toys and masturbation toys.
Exactly. So that's the thing, guys. If you ever see links to on my channel to buy products, it's totally up to you if you want to do it or not. If you do it, then you're going to be supporting me directly, because all that affiliated links, they bring me like 10 to 5% from the actual sale. So. And
you're just providing a link. You're not increasing the price by your involvement. Does not increase the price at all. You're just giving a link. You know?
Exactly. So for those guys that think we have tons of boxes of Viagra from Cambodia, you're kidding yourselves. We've got nothing to do with it. We don't even have it anywhere in Thailand. It's all done by a third party company. So. What do you think about this?
Sold out to the boot of a Skoda by a foreign guy called Peter.
Yep. Exactly.
It's like anti-capital. It's like an anti-capitalist stance. These arguments. You know?
Well, it's so true. Exactly. They want to be like this commie promoting fools. They want to be like communists, that everything should be free, everything should be shared. But if you actually lived in a communist country, then you would know that the system doesn't work and people need to make money. But see, this is what I love about freaking Thailand. Everyone in Thailand is a businessman or a businesswoman, okay? You got the lady selling cut up watermelon and cut up oranges and cut up pineapple. She is a business lady. She's making money selling her own product, okay?
No welfare state.
Then you got, Luk Tak Tong, who's doing the laundry. You know what I mean? He's selling his laundry services. So people go to him and blah, blah, blah. They do that. We are a little bit, I should say, privileged, because myself, you, MGTOW Expat, Chris, and all the other guys that are traveling around Southeast Asia, we have the luxury of being able to make money online. So we don't have to, go out there and what's called push fruit and, all types of other services on the street. So that's a good thing. And that's why I encourage you guys out there that are going MGTOW or considering going MGTOW to start creating your own business that ultimately benefits you but never hurts anybody else. So I know there's been a lot of all this red pill coin talk. From what I understand, I don't even know one person that actually even bought those things. So that's the thing. But make sure you never, ever hurt other people or scam other people, because that's not the way to make money. Always be truthful and always be honest with where you're getting your money from. All right. Try and be as transparent as possible when it comes to dealings. Danish Monk, did you want to add anything on this? You're the man with more experience than myself and MGTOW Expat. Just
all I'll say is, with cryptocurrencies, stocks, as in everything else, don't risk more than you're willing to lose.
Exactly. Exactly. That is so true, because only, I said it 3 times, invest what you are prepared to lose. So I've dumped a fair bit of money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and what else? Monero and Bitcoin Cash, just a little bit of money in there. And if I lose that tomorrow, then that's my responsibility. I lost it. I will take it on the chin. I will soak for a few days, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. And then I'll accept and I'll say, Miggy, you're a fucking dumbass. Sorry, Miggy, you swore. But that's my responsibility. I lost it. I made the mistake. The same thing like with all this BitConnect. It was actually a hilarious thing when they were releasing all these memes about BitConnect. I discovered BitConnect literally at the end of, when was it? At the start of January. And as I created the account, I waited about a week before I put any money into it. And then lo and behold, the whole thing collapsed. So it turned out to be some kind of, I don't know whether it was a Ponzi scheme or whatever. But lucky for me, I didn't end up putting any money into it. And I feel sorry for everybody else that did. So, but hey, don't blame other people for investing something that you don't really know what it is. So yeah, be a man. Make sure that you don't invest something that you don't want to lose in the future. And if you're investing all your life savings and your family savings into something, then you deserve to be to cop everything that comes your way, because you're a stupid idiot. Don't believe these people that are promoting all this stuff.
Yeah, we're not babysitters. We're men talking to each other, and we treat our audience members like men. We respect them to trust them to make their own decisions. We're not babysitters.
Exactly. The only babies that I'm responsible for is my kitties. All right, the little ginger kitties. That's what I'm responsible for.
I miss mine back in Thailand. My ex-wife didn't take good care of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, I miss my cat as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, cats are great. That's it. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much what we wanted to talk about. I don't know if you guys want to talk about anything else, Danish Monk or Mixo Expat.
Not really. I'm just happy to be here.
No worries. I'll do another shout out. So guys, please jump onto Danish Monks, I should say, channel. I will link it up again, sir. Just bear with me 1 second.
Can you also put it in the video description? Because I'm going to do this after, and I won't be able to see that box.
Yeah. What I'll do is after the stream is done, I'll actually put Danish Monk's channel into the comments section, which will be pinned.
If you can throw mine in too.
And I will do yours as well, Mixo Expat, for your second channel.
Yeah, second one. Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, guys, I think we'll probably wrap it up. We've been at it for probably almost nearly 2 hours now.
Really?
I think. Really? Something like that. And I hope you all enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much for Danish Monk for speaking his soul and his heart out to us, because he truly told us lots of personal things that's very obviously important for other men to hear who are in a similar situation or are going to be dealing with a similar situation in the near future. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting us know what you experienced and just giving us advice on how you were able to get out of this mess and supporting your daughter and making sure that you go on existing in this world for better things to come. So I'm really grateful for you that, sir.
Thank you very much, and I'll keep fighting the good fights.
Exactly. That's what we're here for. We only are given one life in this world, and we have to make the most of it. So that's why you got to be healthy, happy, hopefully independent financially from the system, and getting on with your life. And the other thing is, thank you so much for Mixo Expat to sometimes sitting through and just listening to us talk.
Yeah, thank you guys. It was a privilege to get to know Danish Monk today. I've seen him in a lot of in the live chats, but I never knew who he was or what he was all about. So he's got a lot of great, a lot of value to bring.
Exactly. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Replicant Fish, Bullets for Teeth, Truth Bonomenace, NYC Korean in the house.
Yay.
We've got Joseph Conrad. Thank you guys for all your support. We got 98 people watching in the stream. Everybody else, Michael, Dive266 3225. That's the the funniest nick. Well, numbers wise, anyway. Thank you so much, guys, for listening in. Lavaman, MGTOW Jamaica, Kimstar, Adol Davis, Stephen Reeds. He asked, is it true that there are Bitcoin ATMs? I think there are. I haven't seen any, but I'm pretty sure. I think, do you know any in Europe, Danish Monk, Bitcoin ATMs?
The only one I've heard of is in Switzerland.
Okay. Nice. Hopefully they'll put more around the future.
That's the only really one that I've heard of is in, what was it, Doha.
Okay.
Doha, Saudi Arabia. That was the other one that I've heard of.
Okay.
Rich country.
Rich bastards. They all have all this stuff. Yeah. But
do they have any in Australia?
I didn't see any. I didn't see any back, back in October when I left Australia for Thailand. So maybe somewhere one exists. I know they got some in America. That's for sure.
I haven't been there in 3 years. I hope I never have to go back.
Oh, wow.
That would be like going back to prison.
No,
I broke out and I don't want to go back.
And guys, if you enjoyed this stream, make sure you support my channel as well. You can see, I'll post a link actually right now. So if you want to throw anything my way, I'm much appreciated. Much will be appreciated of all your stuff. Thank you once again, and I'll be sure doing more of these in the near future, as well as my regular MGTOW content. Be sure to also subscribe to Miggy 101. That's my second channel, because I pretty much want to mirror a lot of my videos across there, just in case this one goes down or anything else happens. So make sure you support Miggy 101 too. That's my channel, Miggy 101. And
Men 101.
Sorry.
What about Men 101?
Men 101, yeah, I'm not uploading anything at the moment, but that's as a complete standby channel just in case something else happens. So Men 101 as well, you can sign up to that too. But I will be mainly posting on MGTOW 101 and Miggy 101. Sydney,
Miggy.
Yeah.
It looks like people are demanding the cats.
Oh wow. Okay, hang on. I have to play something for the guys. I have to play something. All right. Thanks for watching. Smash the like button, subscribe, and bang the bell. And if you like my videos, support this channel via PayPal, Patreon, or buy crypto. Drop the bass, kitty.
That's the one.
Okay. Take us out, kitty.
I got money in the bank. Sorry, what you think?
All right,
Drop the bass, kitty.
Drop the bass, kitty. Exactly. So thank you so much, guys, for everyone tuning in. Thank you again, Danish Monk and MGTOW Expat. I'll place the links to you.
Thanks for having me on, man.
No worries.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, guys. I'll place the links in the video description as well as in the pinned comment section so other guys can check out your channels. And we will end the broadcast here. All right.
Peace, guys.
Yeah. Cheers.